don't just want clients who want to reach a goal and that's it. I want clients who want to become friends with their emotions. Clients who want to learn to process their pain and their heartache and their heartbreak so that they can stop experiencing it so much and so often, staying in those cycles of hurt and pain. When we're done working together, no matter which package, no matter which length of time we work together, my clients leave me with a greater understanding of how we work as people. Because it's so important to get the shifts and to get the understanding. And it's so important to get that you don't have to think that you're evil for allowing yourself to receive more than somebody else, because the reason that somebody else isn't receiving is because they believe that they're unworthy, and it has nothing to do with you. And so you can't force somebody to feel worthy of love. You can't force someone to feel worthy of receiving. And so because of the way that we raise children, the way that we live in a majority of the world right here and right now, in this past, present reality, there's a lot of people who aren't getting their needs met. There's a lot of people who aren't getting what they want in the world. But it's not your responsibility to suffer with them as some act of solidarity. That's a really beautiful, powerful shift. Allowing yourself to receive love, because it doesn't mean that you're betraying some other person. It just means that you recognize you get to be one of the few people in the collective that recognize that they're worthy and deserving of love. That's a beautiful shift to experience. And hold on, the dogs are asking to go outside. Go ahead, but I'm closing this door and you better not start barking. So, I don't know why he's hell-bent on letting flies up in here. I don't just want my clients to have that shift and that realization and that aha moment, because yes, your vibration is going to rise when you get the little shifts in sessions, absolutely. But more than that, when you leave working with me, when our package is over and it ends, at any given point in time, you better be able to identify and recognize how the fuck you feel. And I think it's something that, I didn't mean for that to sound like a threat, but like, I'm so serious. Like, that's bare minimum. You're going to get all the desires that you want in the world, but none of that shit means anything. Your ultimate desire is to be tapped into who you truly are. And a big component, if not the biggest component of who you truly are, is how you feel, what you want, what your desires are, your passions. These are the things that are always going to lead you to your next step. And your next step is always going to lead you to your desires. So yes, we're going to get you to a specific goal thing that you want. But you should be able to look back on those sessions. You should be reusing, recycling, whatever the 3 R's are, every single session that we have together. Because when we stop working together, what is the point of having an emotional coach who can tap into how you are feeling if we stop working together and you still need me? Because you can't tap into what you feel, because you can't recognize what's a no from you and what's a yes from you. When we stop working together, you should be able to identify this opportunity is something that lights me up, that I want to move forward with, that I want to do, versus no, I don't want to do this. And the work that we do together will set you up and put you in a position where you become a vibrational match to people who will respect your boundaries, to where you become the woman, you become the person who only connects with, only deals with, only interacts with the people who will respect those boundaries. Boundaries is who you are. The things that define you and your emotions and your emotional needs are a part of your boundaries. Your emotions are so important. And the work that I do, and the 3 pillars of work that I do, storytelling is one. Storytelling is a shift. Storytelling is let's set a new expectation. Storytelling is let's see the world in a whole new way. Attunement, the middle letter, the A in SAS, isn't that just the cutest shit you ever heard? I know I agree. The A in SAS is attunement, which is essentially reparenting yourself, which is the biggest component of retelling in your storytelling, reshaping your expectations of the world. It is so much easier to open yourself up to the idea that someone somewhere out there in the world might want to meet your needs when you become the person who wants to meet your needs and believes that your needs are worthy and deserving of being met. And you become that person by becoming the person who is aware of their needs. You become the person who is aware of your own needs, and you learn how to take care of yourself. That's what it means to be a parent. You learn how to take care of yourself emotionally, spiritually, psychologically. You learn how to take care of yourself. Because that's what creates your expectation in the world. That's what creates your expectation in the world. When we talk about relationships and we talk about abuse, young girls who are growing up in households where they are being told, oh my God, you are so beautiful. You are so worthy of love. You are so amazing. Little girls that are growing up in households where they are being loved, respected, cared for, empowered, cheered on, those little girls will grow to become young women. And when those young women begin to date, and let's say that they begin to date men, when a man comes along to that little woman who became that young woman that was raised in that home environment, when a man comes along and disrespects that young woman isn't going to vibe with that young man. That young woman is going to be turned off by that man's behavior. Why? Because that man's behavior feels incredibly foreign to her. Why are you speaking to me like that? Why are you disrespecting me like that? Do you have to go pee, Jeff? Give me a second. Okay, where was I? When a man comes up to that young woman and disrespects her, that man is going to feel weird. That man is going to feel foreign. That man is going to feel so unattractive to her because that behavior is not love. That behavior is not going to translate the same way. Her expectation of the world, well, hold on. That young woman will continue to date. Well, in this story, I guess some might not choose to, but actually, probably, yeah. If in her upbringing she got love, then she's telling herself the story that she gets love. And so she's going to be the young woman who expects love. And so she's going to continue to date until she finds the person that treats her the way that she knows that she deserves to be treated. Because she expects it. Why did I hesitate in that story? Because that wasn't my upbringing. Because my upbringing was love is disrespect and love is cold and love is harmful and love is abuse and love is neglect, etc., etc., etc. And so my personal growth and my healing journey looked like recognizing, because you treat yourself the way that your parents treated you, right? I wasn't loving myself. I was neglecting myself, blah, 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 blah. The way that men were treating me when I was dating them or whatever, that was the way that I treated myself. So it didn't feel weird. It didn't feel bad. It didn't feel wrong. Did I enjoy it? Not necessarily. Now looking back, not as much as I thought that I did, because I wasn't even aware of how I felt back then. And so me telling that story from that life experience that I didn't have, I'm like, well, after you meet one jackass, do you want to continue to date? And the reason why that vibration is still even alive within me is because that's what you think. Why? Because for all of my life, up until now, up until recently, I've been telling myself the story that I don't get love because I never got love. And I wasn't giving love to myself because how am I going to give myself something that I was never taught to give, to allow myself to receive, right? So when you're in that situation and that circumstance, it makes sense for you to be hopeless about love. But when you're somebody who has grown up in love, grown up being loved, grown up being taken care of, grown up getting your needs met, you automatically assume, you have a default expectation that you will be loved, that you will be cared for, that your needs will be met. And that is what happens, because in life, law of attraction, spirituality, last S in SAS, you're going to get what you expect, and you're going to get what you focus on. And so when I am working with clients, we have to focus on learning to attune to yourself. That means learning to identify your emotions, learning to not only identify your emotions, but learning what the fuck to do with your emotions, learning how to process your emotions, learning how to interpret your emotions. This is emotional intelligence. Attunement is emotional intelligence. What is it? Interpersonal intelligence. That's important. That is such an important skill. To me, that is a bare minimum skill. That's one of the first things that my clients begin to learn and develop is interpersonal intelligence, because it is the most important thing, especially as we're talking about shifting, changing your beliefs and your expectations of the world outside of you. If we are working together, when we are done working together, you have a completely new expectation of what the world can be. Because you have now showed up and shown yourself that, oh my God, there's somebody in this world that will care about me. There's somebody in this world that will have my back. There's somebody in this world that I can count on. There's somebody in this world that won't let me down. And that somebody in this world is me. And then spirituality. And that somebody in this world is my inner being. And those somebodies in this world are my spirit guides. And these somebodies in this world are my angels and my ancestors. Oh, and also all that is conspiring in my favor, always responding to me. That's empowerment. I don't just want my clients to feel like I got the new job and that's so great, but I still don't know how to make choices and decisions in my own life because I am too busy focusing on how somebody else might respond or their own perception of me. These are the basic things that we're covering in sessions. These are the things that are always coming up in sessions. When you are attuning to yourself, when you are learning how to love yourself, when you are reparenting yourself, Because here's the thing. I feel like I didn't finish that last sentence, but it's fine. Your relationship that you are building with yourself, this relationship of trust that you are building with yourself, this healing work that you are doing with yourself, you are showing up as a parent to your inner children. And you are loving yourself in a way that you have never been loved before. You are instantly allowing yourself to be more loved than you have ever been before. And as you practice this over and over and over and over again, you just get better at it and better at it and better at it. And pretty soon you start to expect certain things of yourself. I started getting facials like last month. And my skin is looking pretty good. Thank you. Thank you for the applause. And one thing that I learned was I wasn't drinking enough water. And so when I learned that I wasn't drinking enough water, I'm like, okay, what do I need to do to make sure that I'm drinking enough water? Oh, okay, I need to get water bottles. Oh, okay. Oh, okay, I need my water bottles to be cold. Oh, okay, water bottles are always cold. Okay, how many glasses of water have you drank today? Oh, okay. We didn't drink all the 9 glasses of water today. That's okay. We did our absolute best. Proud of you. Whatever. Pretty soon, after about 2 times me going and then being like, you need to drink more water for your skin, I'm like, okay. Every single morning, now when I'm getting ready to drink coffee, you need to drink a glass of water with that coffee. Now, every single time I'm getting a meal, you should drink water. Oh, you had lots of soda last night. Okay, let's make sure that we're drinking more water. Because I know that my body needs it. Because I have the means to meet my own needs by making sure that I get the necessary amount of water that my body needs to perform at its absolute best. And I'm the woman who cares about herself enough, loves herself enough to make sure that she is drinking her glasses of water, even if that means we have to set timers, even if that means sometimes I'm in the kitchen chugging fucking water bottles. Even if that means I'm going pee so much more because I love myself, because I care for myself. It was never a question. Years ago, I might have thought, oh, I need to drink more water. Oh, I'll try. Now, because I expect myself, I have the belief that I can show up for myself and take care of myself. And I have the desire to show up for myself and take care of myself. I have the expectation that I'm going to take care of myself. And so if that means you need to be drinking more water, then she's going to drink more water. And we're going to make sure that that happens. And I literally have the relationship with my inner being where I go, okay, inner being, I need you to inspire me to drink more water. Okay, inner being, this water is getting boring. Make drinking water more fascinating. Ooh, look, a straw. Okay, I need to drink more water. Ooh, I need to put more water bottles in the fridge, but the water bottles are downstairs in the car. Oh, I can't find my head wrap. Fuck. And then my inner being inspires me to go check the car. I'm like, I know it's not in the car, but I can't find it anywhere else. And so I go to a car, but I take the bag because my inner being reminds me, hey, we need water. We're already going down there. And so I go and I get my water and I come back up and I put it in the fridge. And I meet my needs and then I find my scarf. Because your inner being knows the best feeling way to your desire, damn it. I know that my needs are always going to be taken care of. And for the first time in my life, I genuinely believe and am open to receiving the clients who can meet my needs. I am open to the idea that there are some people somewhere out there who have the means to meet my needs as I teach them and help them to identify and meet their own needs in that equal exchange of energy and respect and love. For the first time in my life, I actually believe that. Because it's the way that I treat myself. Because it's the relationship that I've built with myself over time. If you're working with an emotional coach, it's not just about with me as Nathallie Hughes, baddest bitch, thank you. That is my last name legally. As your emotional coach, you have to focus on reparenting. You have to focus on your relationship with yourself. You have to focus on the way that you speak to yourself. You have to focus on having more love and having more compassion and having more genuine, authentic care for yourself, because that helps you in storytelling. It helps you as you're changing and shifting your expectations for how the world can be, who you can be within it. And as soon as your expectations start changing, as soon as the story that you're telling yourself starts changing, all you need to do is become open to it, and your inner being will do the rest. Becoming open to it, that's where the healing component comes in. Believing in your inner being, trusting that you're always being guided to your desires. All of this is the work that I do with my clients. Okay? I hope that this helped you. Nope, I'm just used to saying that at the end of every audio I have been recording lately. I hope that this gave you some valuable information and insight on what it's like to work with me, gave you a little bit of intimacy, allowed you to see into me and my motives and my what is it? What do we call this? Purpose, intentions with my clients. Intentions with my clients. Good, I like that word, intentions. I want to give you guys some intimacy on my intentions as a coach working with my clients. It is so much more than just reaching a goal. It's about completely changing your life. Okay, love you guys. Talk to you later. Bye. Oh, wait. Damn it. I didn't write any of this down. If you want to work with me, mastermind, one-on-one, links, information on how to do that is in the description box. And now I'll really talk to you later. Okay, bye.